Thank you for visiting the 10 Minutes Per Day YouTube channel, where you can learn something new each day in 10 minutes or less. In this video, the fascinating history of the Internet, from ARPANET to the World Wide Web, we're going to take a journey through the exciting history of the Internet. From its humble beginnings as a government project to its wild transformation into the World Wide Web, we're going to see how the Internet went from something only scientists and engineers knew about, to something that's now a daily part of life for billions of people. But before we begin, let's set the stage. Imagine it's the late 1960s. The world is still recovering from the Cold War and the space race is in full swing. Meanwhile, a group of computer scientists, led by a man named Robert Taylor, are working for the United States Department of Defense's Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, or ARPANET for short. They're trying to figure out a way to link up different computer networks so that scientists and researchers can easily share information. And that, my friends, is where the Internet as we know it begins. Now, the Internet at this point is a far cry from what we know today. It's a small network of only a handful of computers, all of them located at universities and research institutions. But it's a start. And it's not long before other networks, like the National Physical Laboratory Network in the UK and Cyclades in France, start linking up to ARPANET. This is the beginning of the Internet as we know it today. This redundancy in connectivity means that if one link fails, there are other links that can still maintain communication, increasing the reliability and resiliency of the network as a whole. However, with the development of the web of computers, multiple links between different networks were created, allowing for multiple paths of communication between different networks. This is known as a distributed network, which means that the failure of one part of the network does not cause the entire system to fail. Fast forward a few years and we have the invention of TCP/IP, Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol, the communication protocol that's still used to this day to transfer data across the Internet. TCP/IP allows for different networks to communicate with each other by breaking down data into small packets and sending them across different networks, and then reassembling the packets at their destination. This allows for different networks to be connected together and for data to be transmitted across these networks. Without this, the Internet would be like trying to have a conversation with someone in a foreign language, without knowing the grammar or vocabulary. But thanks to TCP/IP, all the different networks could now communicate with each other. Next, we have to talk about a man named Tim Berners-Lee. He's a computer scientist working at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. In 1989, he came up with an idea to create a way to easily share information over the Internet. He called it the World Wide Web, or just the web for short. And using a language he also created called HTML, he was able to create documents that could include links to other documents. This simple idea revolutionized the way we use the Internet today. In the early days of the Internet, computer networks were mostly connected through dedicated point-to-point links, meaning that if one link failed, communication between the two connected networks would be lost. The concept of a web of computers was important for connectivity redundancy because it allowed for multiple paths of communication between different networks and computers. As the Internet continued to grow, the concept of a web of computers was refined further with the development of routing protocols, which are the set of rules that routers use to determine the best path to send data packets. This allows for efficient and dynamic routing of data across the network, even as links and network conditions change. The Border Gateway Protocol, BGP, is a widely used routing protocol that allows for different networks to connect and exchange routing information, enabling the Internet to continue to grow and evolve. Additionally, The concept of distributed systems also played a role in further developing the web of computers. This allows for the system to continue functioning even if a part of it fails, or to keep running and adapting to new demands. This approach was particularly useful to achieve scalability and high availability of resources, among other advantages. Overall, the web of computers is a key concept that has enabled the Internet to become the global network that it is today. Its development and refinement have allowed for a reliable and resilient network, with multiple paths of communication between different networks and computers. This is how it is possible that if one network fails, there is another one that can keep maintaining the communication between all the other networks and computers. Now, the Internet is still growing and changing. We have social media. We have cloud computing. And we have all sorts of new technologies that are being developed all the time. And one thing is for sure: the Internet is here to stay. And it's not just a tool for scientists and researchers anymore. It's a tool for everyone. It's connecting people in ways we never thought possible, and it's making the world a smaller place. Now, we're also seeing how the Internet is evolving and how it's transforming industries, and how people use it to connect and communicate, to work and learn and play. And it's expected to keep growing and changing as technology continues to evolve. And all new frontiers of the Internet, such as virtual and augmented reality and 5G, are continuing to be explored. And they are going to bring new possibilities and experiences to the way we interact and communicate online, like never before. So that's the story of the Internet, from ARPANET to the World Wide Web. It's been an exciting journey and we're not done yet. Thanks for taking the time to learn about the fascinating history of the Internet. And who knows what the future holds for this ever-evolving technology. Thank you for visiting the 10 Minutes Per Day YouTube channel, where you can learn something new each day in 10 minutes or less. And if you found this information helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe so that you never miss a video.